Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make the hat for the Cat in the Hat design. Now I did make a tutorial for the hat using just your hook. Today I'll be showing you how to make the hat using your loom. If you haven't already checked out the Cat in the Hat, I'm going to post the link for the tutorial in my description box down below. And I'm going to use one loom, and our loom is going to be in its original position with the arrows facing down. Now I just posted a tutorial for the magician hat with the bunny inside, so it'll be the same kind of idea. The order of bands I've put to the side here, just to show you, if you do get lost, which row I'm at. And I will explain this in a minute. So I've just put to the side double white bands for our first row, single for our next row in white, white singles will be going around, then red, white, and then red. And I'm going to get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go around our loom using white bands. To start, we're going to use double white, and I'm going to go from the left top pin to the top middle pin, but I am going to make a figure 8. So just turning the bands around. Now, taking double white bands, we're going to do a figure 8 from the top center to the top right. Now you're going to go down the loom 3 times on the right side, double white bands, making a figure 8. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to close this off. So I'm going to go from the center up to the right, double white bands, and a figure 8. Now you're going to repeat this on the left side. Double bands, figure 8, and go down 3 times. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and close this off. You might want to push your bands down. Now you're going to push all of your bands right down to the bottom. I'm just going to take away the double bands that I put to the side because I forgot to do that, so we don't lose count. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a single white from my row here, and I'm going to go just a single white band from the left up to the center, then center, down to the right, and then you want to just go down 3 times on the right side. 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to close this off with a single white going from the center up to the right. Repeat on the left side, going down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3, and close this off from the left down to the center. Now you want to grab your hook, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring some of these bands over each of the peg. We're going to go counterclockwise. So grab your hook, and what you're going to do is you're going to grab all these bands. You're going to grab 4 bands and bring them over. The top 2 bands are going to stay on the peg. So you can just take 2 at a time. It's a little bit easier than grabbing all 4. So now you should have 2 bands left around your peg. Moving to the bottom here on the left side, you're going to grab 4 bands. That's 2, and then this would be 4, leaving the top 2 bands here. The next peg, you're going to grab 4 bands. So I'm just going to do 2 at a time, and leaving the top 2 bands around the peg. Moving to the next one, grabbing 4 bands and bringing them over. Now I'm at the top on the left, grabbing 4 bands, 2 at a time, and leaving the top 2 there. Now in the top center here, I'm going to grab 2 at a time and leaving the top 2. Now on the right, again grabbing 2 at a time and bringing them over, leaving the top 2 bands there. Moving on to the next peg, grabbing 4 bands, leaving the top 2. Now on the next peg, it doesn't matter which bands you're grabbing first, so long you grab 4 bands and bringing them over. Now on the bottom right, and making sure the top 2 are still there. Now push all your bands down, right down to the bottom, and you're going to, I'm going to grab a single white because that's my next color, and I'm going to go from the left up to the center, and I'm just going to repeat all the way around. Center down to the right, and go down 3 times on the right. 1 and 2 and 3. Close this off from the center up to the right and repeat on the left. 1, 2, and 3, and close this off from the left down to the center. Now grab your hook, and what you're going to do is, again going counterclockwise, we are going to grab the bottom 2 bands. So there should be only 2 now to bring over and leaving the top 2 there. On the bottom here on the left, grab the bottom 2, bring over. Bottom 2, bottom 2, and you're going to go around your loom. I'm at the top center. Now on the right, bottom 2, bottom 2, bottom 2, and bottom 2. Now push your bands down all the way to the bottom. Just easier for you to grab them with your hook after. Now we're going to go around, grabbing my single red. We're going to go around the loom using red bands. So we're going to go from the left up to the center, center down to the right, and go down 3 times on the right. 1, 2, and 3. Now close this off from the bottom center up to the right. We're going to repeat on the left, going down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Close this off from the left down to the center. Now grab your hook, and you're going to reach in at the bottom and grab the bottom 2 white bands and bring them over. I'm going to lose my red band, so I'm just going to push it down a bit. On the bottom left, you're going to grab the 2 white bands and bring them over. And just going around your loom. At the top center. Now going down on the right. Put your loom down and push your bands down. Now our next color is going to be white. So I'm going to go from the left up to the center, and we're just going to do the exact same thing. Center down to the right and go down 3 times on the right. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to close this off from the center up to the right and repeat on the left. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to close this off from the left down to the center. Now grab your hook, and you're going to reach at the bottom here in the middle and grab your 2 red bands and bring them over the peg. On the left, and go around. I'm at the top center. Grabbing the bottom 2 red and bringing them around. On the right, and push your bands down. Now our next color will be red, and I'm going to go from the left up to the center and just repeat all the way around the loom. Center down to the right and go down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Close it off. So I grab 2 bands. Single, center up to the right, and go down, doing the same thing on the left. 1, 2, and 3. You want to close this off, so from the left down to the center. Grab your hook, reaching at the bottom here in the middle, grab your bottom 2 white bands and bring them over. Oh, my band went flying. 1 second, I'm going to put it back and putting another band. Grab your bottom 2 white and slide over. Going around, making sure that you get every single peg. Bottom 2 white bands. Now push your bands down, and our next row of singles will be white. So attach your top left to your top center, center down to the right, and go down 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Close this off from the center up to the right and repeat on the left. 1, 2, and 3, and close this off. Now grab your hook, reaching at the bottom, grabbing your 2 red bands and bring them over. Go around the loom, top, middle, and on the right. Push your bands down. And our next row will be our red color. So single band from the left up to the center, center down to the right, and go down 3 times on the right. 1, 2, and 3. And close this off from the center up to the right and repeat on the left. 1, 2, and 3. You want to close this off. Just going to push down just a bit, going from the left down to the center. Now grab your hook, and we're going to bring these double white bands around going all the way around your loom. I'm on the right side now. And push down. Now we're going to close off this hat, and how we're going to do that is we're going to act like we're making a face for a figure. Now, the only trick is you're going to take your hook and you're going to take a single red band and you're going to wrap this around your hook twice, so you have 2 loops around your hook. Now I am going to attach this to my top left, and I'm going to bring it to the top center. Now you could take a single red, double it, and do that. But because what happens with red bands, the color turns a bit pink. So it changes kind of the look of it. So you can see the difference. Now I tried, this was my original, and you can see the different shade of red. So that's why I'm saying to use your hook, double it, and then bring it. So I'm going to do this again, and what we're going to do with the single band, we're going to go from the top center down to the right. So we're just repeating another row to close this off and bring it down. You're going to do the same thing going down 3 times on the right. So I'm just going to double it on my hook with 2 loops, and I'm going to attach it to the top center on the right and just bring it down to the second peg going down. Repeat, double, you can attach to your second peg on the right and bring it down to the third. We're going to attach to the third and bring it down to the fourth on the right. So double and bring it down. We're going to close this off, so I'm going to double a single red band around my hook and attach to the bottom and bring it up to the right. We're going to repeat on the left side. So a single, double, I'm going to attach to the top left and bring it down. Single, I'm going to double it on my hook and bring it, attach it to the second peg on the left and just bring it down. We're going to go down one more time on the left. So a single, doubled, so you have 2 loops, attach it to your third peg going down on the left and stretch it down. We're going to close this off with one more, single, double, and attach here at the bottom on the left and bring it down to the center. You might want to push your bands down just a little bit, and you're going to grab, sorry, you're not going to grab your hook, sorry. You're going to do the same thing, and you're going to go down the middle. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you. So we are going to do another row as if we're making a figure. So you're going to take a single, double it, attach it to the top center, and bring it down to the first peg in the middle. You're going to go down 3 more times in the middle. So single, doubled, you can attach to your second peg going down in the middle, to your third peg. Again, single, doubling it on your hook, and then attach to your third peg and just bring it down to your fourth. One more spot to close in the middle. So a single, double, and bring it down. Now we need 3 holding bands, and we're we're going to make a triangle. So we're going to do 1 area, 2, and then 3. So take a single. You can do the same kind of effect here and then attach. If you can't do that, you can just do it by hand, because this part, it really doesn't matter if the band changes the color. So again, making another triangle, doubling that single, and 1 more. Single, double, and attach. Now you want to grab your hook, and you're going to reach in at the bottom, and you're going to grab the bottom 2 red bands, just the bottom 2, and bring them over. So on the left side, you should have a set of 2, 4, 6, and 8 little sections of doubled bands. So you'll have 8. So you're going to take your hook, and you're just going to grab the bottom 2 red and bring it over. Moving to the next peg, bottom 2, and bring it over. And you're going to repeat that all the way around the loom. Bottom 2, bottom 2, bottom 2. On the right, the bottom 2, bottom 2, bottom 2 bands, and bottom 2 bands. I really have to watch this video in closed caption after to see what it translates what I say bottom 2. Now, grab your hook and you're going to stick your hook right in the middle here at the bottom, and you're going to move these bands around. If you don't do this, you're going to have a hard time to loop forward. Now push the bands down gently. Grab a bottom single red, and you're going to cap the end here in the middle 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to reach in with our hook and move this cap band out of the way and grab the top 2 single bands, and we're going to go forward with them. So reach in, move the cap band out of the way, and grab the top 2 bands, and they will be going up to your center, so you're making a teardrop. Reach back in, grabbing the next top 2 bands, slide around and over your peg and go up to the left. Reach back in, grab the next 2 bands, and you don't want to just loop forward because you're going to get stuck. The bands are going to break and you're going to have a hard time. So just slide around your peg and go up to the right. Now I'm going to loop up on the right just as how we do with figures. And you're going to reach in and you're going to move all these bands out of the way, and you're just going to grab the bottom 2. So I just want to turn my loom around so you can see. On each peg, you're just going to grab the bottom 2 bands. So you're going to have to move all these bands out of the way, and you can watch by looking at the side and grabbing the bottom 2. And you're going to slide around your peg and go up and make a teardrop. We're going to repeat this, so move all your bands out of the way. Grab your bottom 2 bands, bring them up, slide them around, and make a teardrop. The next peg, reach in, grabbing the bottom 2, so you're just moving all these bands out of the way. And you can see that there's 2 bands there. You're going to bring them up, slide them around, and up. Now at the top right, you're going to reach in. Those bottom 2 bands should be very visible, and loop up to the top center. Repeat on the left side. So I'm going to reach in, moving all these bands out of the way, and I can see my bottom 2 bands. You're going to bring them up, slide around and over and up. Again, reach in, moving all these bands out of the way, and reaching for the bottom 2, slide around and up. On the next peg here, second peg going down on the left, move all your bands out of the way and grab your bottom 2. Now, the top peg here on the left, you can see the 2 bands. You're just going to bring them, slide them around and up to the top center. Now all we have to do is loop the middle up. So you're going to see your top 2 bands here, and you're going to slide around and over and up. Continue up, slide around and up. One more to loop, slide around and then up. Now grab a single red, and you're going to do a slip knot. So with your hook, go in through the peg here, the middle, through all these bands, grab that single, bring it up, and grab both ends. To do a slip knot, grab the band that's furthest away from the tip, bring it over, and you've got a slip knot. If you can't make a knot right here, just loosen up the bands and then just give it a tug. Now this is ready to come off the loom, so I'm just going to use my hook and remove these bands very gently around the pegs on the right side, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the left. Now with my hook, I'm just going to reach in the top here in the middle, remove, and then just, you can remove right off the loom. I'm going to take my hook out, and with my hands, I'm just going to turn this hat around to fix the top portion and any bands that are loose around the hat. Now all we want to do is hide the slip knot, unless you want to leave it to hang it like a charm. You can stick your hook through the bottom here in the middle and come out some sort of section that's close to where the slip knot is. You want to grab the top part of the slip knot with the hook and bring it through. You could attach a C-clip here, but I've made a lot of these hats. There's about 20 of them lying around, and they're not falling apart. So here's your hat. Here's the cat, and you can just slide them on, and it fits perfect. I do hope you enjoyed Looming with Cheryl. Please subscribe down below. I have a lot more designs to load, and I will see you next time with another. Bye for now.